B B B B F G G G F B B B B G G F B B G G F. Go 95.3, the modern hip hop channel.
Hey everybody, John Foss, CW Twin Cities, and I'm hanging out at Go 95.3 right now. I'm talking with Peter Parker, DJ Bonics, and we are talking BFGS.
Yes.
Tell me what it's about.
Amazing. This weekend, Wiz Khalifa is going to be the headlining act. It's at the Fine Line Outdoors. We got Vince Staples.
Yep.
Black Bear's making a comeback.
That's right.
St. Paul's own Bobby Rapp's going to be there, and an amazing lineup of local artists. Free Wi-Fi, Mac Irv, Gaines FM, Finding Novion's about to go on tour. We got him. So very, very cool stuff, man. And a couple of special
Little
guests.
surprises.
Yeah.
Fine Line celebrating 30 years, so
Very
we're kind of
cool.
adding to that whole legendary status.
Yeah,
That's
really cool, man. Downtown Minneapolis, Sunday, July 30th. Great sponsors, McDonald's, Barley John's, Audi Minneapolis, Audi St. Paul, and the good folks over there at McDonald's.
See, with this guy, since he put it together, you don't even have to ask any questions.
I'm here.
No,
bro.
no, you got the whole
Let
thing.
him
That's
go.
it. We're out of here.
I
We're
think
done.
we're good now.
We're out of
Let's
here.
go.
The camera's rolling, Steve-O.
Great.
Let's go.
This is great.
Yeah.
So how much is it, and where can people get tickets?
What are you doing?
Yeah, they can go to goamn.com or
Okay.
Ticketfly. If they go to our website, goamn.com, they can search BFGS. Hopefully or not hopefully, there will be walk-up, depending. We want it to sell out.
We could be sold out.
We could be sold out by the time, so, get your tickets
Cool
now.
after party at Fine Line afterwards. and
Right.
A lot of stuff going on that day. It's going to be really, really fun. I'm looking
Cool.
forward to it.
And as I kind of mentioned, you put this whole thing together. So tell me about that process. How
It
did
was
you?
amazing, man. We wanted Wiz. That's what we went to. We went for Wiz as the headliner. I went out to LA to Def Jam, and I kind of negotiated this whole Vince Staples thing, knowing he had a great big album coming out. And then Black Bear, amazing. We secured him. He sold out Myth, and we got him right after that. So he's coming back.
The thing about Wiz too is that he's only doing like festival dates. So because I DJ for Wiz Khalifa and this is like my new home, radio home, we were able kind of to finesse him to come and do a special show for us.
very
So,
cool.
Yeah,
Very,
very,
very
cool.
cool.
And he knows Wiz from a long time ago too. So
Yeah.
kind of he did us a big one. So.
Yeah, we met on stage at a Wiz Khalifa
you guys
concert.
did?
Yeah,
at a Wiz Khalifa
like
concert.
2010 or 11 in Boston.
Yeah.
I just started DJing for Wiz.
Okay.
And we were introducced then, and kind of kept in
Full-
touch since
full
then.
circle.
So, yeah,
Very
totally,
cool, man.
totally.
Happy to have him out here.
That's awesome. So you're Wiz Khalifa's DJ.
Yeah,
right?
I've been almost 8 years. I've been helping him out though since he was like 14, 15, 16, seeing the whole come up, and just to see this guy go from South Africa to Saturday Night Live. I've been with him on every step of the way.
So you will be performing as well?
Yeah, I'll be there hitting the wah, and put the hands up,
Scratching and things. Yeah, he got it, man. Yeah.
It'll be a good time.
Nice. So I'm sure getting Wiz Khalifa here, does it help to have his DJ in town?
Doesn't hurt.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
doesn't
Right,
hurt at
right.
all,
I mean, could
man.
you just say, "Hey, Wiz, if you want me to play any more shows on the tour, you might want to, come here and help us
not
out."
have that type of juice. I don't know. You know what I mean? I don't know.
All right, cool. So what's Wiz Khalifa like?
He's great. I mean, to see him go from, interning in a studio to, being a fashion icon, a music icon, and, being in little weird parts of the world just isn't a testament to like just how big he is. And he for a guy with all the fame, he's really, he has his head on straight. He's a good guy. He pays it forward. And it's just been a wonderful experience,
Cool. Speaking of fashion, do I not match Go 95?
Dude,
Telling
totally,
you,
you're in there. You're
Mr.
in there, man.
Handsome
I know.
looking
There's a
good
couple-
today,
We
man.
need a couple more buttons down.
Well,
Let it
I mean,
breathe, man. Let it
As this
breathe.
interview kind of
All right. Now let it
more
breathe,
casual.
man. Young, wild, and free over
This
here.
is it. You got it. You're looking good today.
well, I'm
man.
not wearing pants, so I figured that
Oh, perfect.
Mission
perfect.
accomplished.
Right,
There you go.
right.
Me
So-
neither.
cool. So tell us what people are going to see when they're here.
Oh man, they're gonna see one of the best shows of the summer, and a really cool, like, smooth moving show. We have
Right.
DJs between all the acts. The local artists are gonna be like, they're gonna be the best you've seen so far in the Twin Cities, and it'll be a lot of fun. We have a skate demo, we'll have food trucks,
Right.
we have a cool VIP section that's already kind of sold out.
The station is only like a year and some change old, so this is
Right.
our very first big fancy Go show. So I think this is like history in the making, The fact that we can bring these big artists and support local artists, like, not a lot of radio channels even put local artists on.
Right. And I was talking to you guys before this interview, and you guys said that something that surprised me, that Minneapolis is one of the best hip hop the best places for hip hop music in the country?
I'm gonna tell you, man. As far as local artists go, I've
Mm-hmm.
worked in Washington D.C., Cleveland, Boston, New York. I've been in and out of Philly. I've been down to Atlanta, L.A. I'll tell you, man, this is the best local community of artists in the whole country. And the way that the people, just like the consumers and the average people, support the local artists. They're stars here, man. So it's like it's our job to push them because really they speak on behalf of the community. You know.
And sound, Minnesota hosts Soundset, which is the biggest one-day hip hop festival in the whole world. So, and that's been going on for years. So just to see that thrive, for that long, it's just a testament to the intelligence of the hip hop community, man. I think they really embrace the quirkiness and they really embrace, it's kind of like just not an old school approach, but just like a working man's approach to the music, man. They're really tasteful. Everything's really tasteful.
Bottom line, they support their own.
Right.
They come out, they show up, and they support these guys. So it's really easy to put them on the bill. You know what I mean? They deserve it.
And this show is unique because you do have some of the biggest names in hip hop, but you also have, like you guys said, these local artists. It's a very unique show.
Yeah.
And you guys are a unique radio station. Tell me about the culture here and why you guys are different than other more traditional corporate radio stations.
I mean, I think we are a reflection of the market, where we don't necessarily allow corporate playlists to dictate what we do for the people. But because we were talking about how unique the market is, we can put on a unique radio station that, serves, the top shelf hip hop stuff, plus the backpack stuff, plus the boom bap, the old school to new school, plus local and real personalities that have been in the music business, that have stories that they can share about, and have relationships with artists. It's not just a guy they plug in and we have to think, hey, he's just going to tell us what's cool or not. It's a great the community and the radio station work hand in hand to make it just like a reflection of, the Twin Cities.
Both of us have been DJing since we're about 16 years old. So living this culture for our entire lives. We're not guys who show up and I'm not pretending here for the day. This is like a life commitment for us. We live this whole thing. This guy was sleeping on couches in LA last year and then going up and getting jobs in Portland and bouncing around. I've worked at 5 or 6 different radio stations in the last 10 years. We really, we live this, man, and to be able to share our experiences and share incredible music with a very intelligent audience, it's a pleasure, dude.
Right. And you said that because of the culture here, that that you guys have actually had the opportunity within the country to make artist careers because you guys can, when you hear something you like, you don't have to go through any checks and balances. You can get it on the air right away.
Half the time, I'm calling the record company and telling them about an artist that they have signed that they don't even know about.
Really?
And I'm playing the record, and they go, who's this guy? I'm like, he's signed to you. And they don't even know what it is. And all of a sudden, 6 months later, now they're promoting the same artist. Like, didn't I put you onto that half a year ago?
And then they'll call us and be like, hey, I see you're playing one of these artists' songs. Like, record labels will dictate what they want the single to be, but we'll be like, no, that doesn't fit for us. This fits for us on the same album, same artist. And some of them love that, and some of them are kind of like, yo, the rest of the country's not kind of giving us backlash. We're like, nah, we do what we want here, and to a certain degree of being tastemakers. They hire us to be tastemakers, which is a good feeling that they trust our art.
So there's a lot of hip hop artists around the country that owe you guys big time.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
But we owe hip hop big time.
100%,
So it's just
100%.
it's culture. They say do it for the culture, and I like to say we want to make sure that we are not like a blemish in it. We want to make sure that when they look back in the book of hip hop that hey, in the middle of the country, it wasn't New York, it wasn't LA, it wasn't Atlanta, it was Minneapolis, home of Prince and Bob Dylan's and, Zubas, that a dope hip hop radio
Zubas
station.
Are from
here?
That's why I have them on during the weekend.
Love it.
All the way up to here. You know what I mean?
We'll have to get you a pair since you have
orange
pants
and
on.
black, like Bengals colors. So
Love it.
Yeah, you got it, man.
So what are some of the bigger names or songs that you guys saw coming down the pipeline where you're like, this is great, and you kind of beat the market to it?
Yeah, this guy named Joey Badass had a record called Devastated last year that a lot of people were sleeping on. It went gold. They sent us a plaque for that, and we were able to watch that artist, who was a very backpackery type of an artist, become a commodity. Chance the Rapper, we led the nation in support for Chance the Rapper.
Really?
We were playing Chance the Rapper more
He's
than
huge now.
before the Chicago stations were on him, and not just one song, 5 or 6 songs, and thousands of spins more than anywhere else in the country. country. So when that kid did his concert out in Chicago, I went out to see that show and to be able to connect with them. And they are aware of what we're doing. Right. So we have these great connections with the independent management. And that was a big one. Those two artists right there, Joey Badass and Chance the Rapper. Also Muramasa, who's playing in the cities this week. We had a song
Russ,
with him.
was it Russ?
Russ
Yeah,
was somebody
Russ is
early
big.
we were on.
Right.
Russ is now selling out Myth. We had him at Fine Line with 700 people. Now he's a Myth sellout. Khalid was a guy we were early on. He sold out Myth. Yeah. We had him here with 700 people. So yeah, we're getting him early, and we're going to continue that process. You know.
Awesome. Who are throughout your years in the industry? Who are some of your favorite hip hop artists, maybe throughout those years? Yeah. And then who are some of the up and comers that you also
Who do you like?
I mean, of course, like Biggie. You know, I'm from Philadelphia originally too, so I really love the Roots crew, which you know you see them on Jimmy Fallon all the time. Just I was a fan of everything. Tupac, Biggie, just anything I could get my hands on, because at the time, you know, there was a parental advisory, wasn't as accessible. You had to get tapes, records. I asked my sister. So Tribe Called Quest, De La Soul, just kind of all the pioneers, man. I'm a fan of. But as far as new artists, you know, I'm really enjoying like Anderson .Paak, who's a drummer and a rapper. J. Cole, of course, Wiz Khalifa. How about you, man?
Yeah, man. I mean, as far as new guys go, I like Kendrick Lamar.
Of course.
I like Action Bronson. Right. I like Joey Badass. I mean, I like all like kind of the cool backpackery kind of stuff. But then also like the trap music wave is crazy right now, and guys like Lil Uzi Vert, their music is great. And like I see A Boogie with the hoodie, got that Drowning I really like. But growing up, I was a Gangstar, Nas, Wu-Tang, Boot Camp Click, New York, kind of like backpackery, street vibe, Mobb Deep, and things like that. But then we find a way also to incorporate those classics, Tribe classics, and De La Soul with, you know, some of the new stuff we have, and the core traditional Minneapolis boom bap sound. Those kind of a reflection of each other. But man, as far as trap music goes and EDM. Yeah, I'm happy to be here. I love this format, man.
And it's cool to be able to take the time to explain to these kids. Like sometimes I'll go up and I won't just play a old school record and expect, you got to know this. You know, like, damn, people were born in the year 2000 that are listening to us and they have never heard that. So just to even be like, yo, this is a record I grew up with, and this is why you should appreciate it, or listen for this because this is where this sample came from if you think, you know, so it's like, full circle moments here, you know.
Yeah,
do you guys play a lot of on air? Do you mix it up as between the legendary hip hop and then also between?
All the time,
for sure.
Even so, like when we're playing something a little bit more poppier, like a weekend record, like Starboy, which is a huge smash hit. Coming out of that, I'm always gonna go maybe like a street record or a new like kind of quirky record, just to let the listener know, like, yeah, we're gonna play the big stuff, but we're also there for you, the creative thinker, that we're gonna play something tasteful as well.
And that listening to radio growing up, that is what it did for us. You know, it wasn't as cookie cutter as some other channels may be. It was like, yo, someone in the early 90s would play a record 3 times in a row, and I will always remember that. Here we like to do the same thing. We played the whole Kendrick Lamar album front to back when it dropped. Awesome. Who's doing that?
No
you know what I mean?
That. And then I'm watching though, after we do it, some of the other guys start doing it, and they're like, oh, I like that. In LA, you know, I go to LA, and we don't have conversations like, who are you guys? We have conversations like, yo, we're watching you guys, and we see what you're doing, and thank you for what you're doing, because we're kind of taking this rhythmic format with a real traditional hip-hop aesthetic and making it something that people can really
and personalities. You know, Go wants us to be as much as the stars with the music, which is great. You know, we're not just the announcer. We're, you know, they want Minneapolis and the Twin Cities to get to know us just like their favorite artists.
Yeah, man. Cool. Very cool stuff, man.
Nice. How'd you become Wiz Khalifa's DJ?
Just, you know, being a part of the scene. You know, I was playing his stuff when I shouldn't have, when the corporate playlist didn't dictate it, and I was there like, oh, I'm just going to play this Wiz song because it's hot, you know. And so that just kind of transpired into, you know, me showing support, getting him shows. And then one day I was kind of fed up with the corporate radio thing, and he was about to release Black and Yellow. And he was like,
so
hey,
good timing.
Yeah, I was like, you want to go on tour with me? 30 dates, and I had to quit my job and everything, and it worked out pretty good. Great. Perfect timing, really exactly.
Cool, cool. We're happy to have him here. Super lucky.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, any last words to the audience on why they should hit up the show this weekend?
I mean, it's I think it's going to be history. You know, my first show. I'm new to the market. This is my new actually home. I live here, and to bring someone like Wiz Khalifa, who has done First Ave, who's done the State Fair, who's done Soundset twice. This is just, let's just keep it going for Minneapolis, and then the local artists, to see these guys go before they blow is a cool thing.
You're not going to want to miss this. This is going to be like a cultural thing that's going to happen. We're going to try to do it every year. Downtown, the block party, you know what I mean? That's going to be something really unique, and I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Vince Staples is going to put on an amazing show. Black Bear's a superstar. And Wiz Khalifa, and then Bobby Rapp, St. Paul's own, signed to Rock Nation. New album is incredible. Again, a lot of love in the community. So, I mean, we're just excited to put on for these artists, man.
Awesome. Cool. DJ Bonics, Peter Parker.
My man.
Appreciate
My
it.
guy.
Appreciate you.
We're going to work on those Zubaz for you.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah,
Get them out
sure,
with the
sure.
Velcro top.
Oh, I can't wait.
yeah.
Maybe get
Perfect.
like one of those, what are these things called?
Fanny pack.
Yeah,
I know. I saw what you were
yeah.
doing. I know what you're talking about. I can say it.
Right,
It's a fanny,
right, perfect.
hot pink fanny pack
Nice.
and the orange and black joints.
Right.
Okay.
Let us
I'm
know
gonna
when
look
you
good,
stand
man.
up so we can,
Yeah, we got it.
All right. We'll blur it out too.
We got it.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate you.
Great.
Love it.
Thank you, man.